work on them something them. And me talking to the audience in the Jamaican is just how me communicate with anybody every day, anywhere in the world. I believe it's a language that can do anything you want it to do. And if me want you to really get the vibe and the energy I want me to say to a Jamaican audience, there's nothing better to communicate in than Jamaican.
Welcome everybody to Talk to Me, the program where we draw a long bench, sit down with some good people, and chat about them life and the work what them a do.
Talk to me, make me tell you my story. Hear a little something about the journey. A Jamaica make me. Just talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me.
Kerry, Anchovy, that's where my family come from, my mother's side. So the family house was there. I grew up there, but I lived life outside a church in Montego Bay. So schooling was in Mobay, most of my social circle and things there Mobay.
Okay, so even for primary school, you left Anchovy go Mobay?
Yes, I went to Mount Alvernia Prep, Cornwall College. That was my schooling in Mobay, and came to the UA.
All right, yes. So me and you go Cornwall, we never go Cornwall the same time. Me did there for a little while before you come in.
Yes,
and for the whole time you're there Cornwall, me never know say, me didn't know. Me not think me didn't know say Gregory Sims could have hold a note.
Yeah.
And then out of the blue, this music thing. So when this music thing start, really?
When we take on music at Cornwall, I think it was in grade 12, so you wouldn't see the music side of me for true. I would have been on choir with Avery Crooks Campbell and Andrew Clark and them people there.
What? Big name, man.
Yeah, man, I was on choir with them, and we sing and we enter festival. But I really took charge of the choir, I think when I was in grade 12.
So this confused me now. Because when you say you start the music thing, I couldn't in a 12th grade, you start do music. So when the music thing start up?
Start at church.
Church, okay.
Yes, I'm from a very musical family. My granny conduct choir from me, I'm in knee. Everybody play an instrument and can sing, and that's both sides of my family. So music was a second language in our home. And when you go to church, especially country church, you have your group and you sing and you perform in the group and all them something there. Me group, me sing in a choir, me conduct choir, me learn a lot from my granny, Lana Stevens, and that is where music started for me.
And so your granny teach you to play piano or play organ?
No, I did piano private classes from me and little pitney.
Okay, so you had do music lesson?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So I never God come to you in a dream and give you a gift to play music. You go school, you go class, you learn music.
But there's always been that innate talent where music is concerned. It comes very naturally to me.
Yes, I'm yeah. So all right, so you do music, and I know that. I mean, you go Adventist church and Adventist people.
Yes,
love sing and you focus on singing. And you have to sing good too. So you know, good get up.
The kind of church me growing up. So my granny, it starts with her. So many things start with my granny. She was the kind of woman that would stop the congregation mid-song and say, "I not saw the song to sing." This is the entire congregation. My granny was a short woman who trained teacher. Teacher. She was principal of a teacher's college, She stopped and said, no, it's not. All of the ground is sinking sand, right? We used to sing, all of the ground is sinking. Not wrong. I know that the music said. So she would stop the congregation and correct it. And that's the kind of space I came from growing up with music. So it just came easy to me when I start harmonize with people from me a little boy. In fact, she's the influence for that, because when she sings, her voice must power over everybody else in the church.
Yeah.
So you just learn to harmonize and sing with her. My mother is a singer. My father play piano and bass, guitar, and we did start one band together one time, and we are harmonized, and we are go through and go sing and perform about the place and rally and all them something there. That is the core of where my music experience came from. And of course, I do piano classes and all sort of something and learn grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all them thing there.
Yeah. But then music at Cornwall start late because me know you in a speech when you go JCDC festival for the poem and them thing there.
Yes.
But you say I know until 12th grade 12, you start.
Well, grade 12 is when we take over.
Oh, when you take over?
Yeah.
So you used to go music festival at Cornwall?
With the choir. Yeah, man.
Okay.
With Avery was the choir music teacher, choir mistress at the time.
Oh,
but
because
one thing for me, me love learn. So enough time I go in a space, me now go show me full on. You know?
Yes.
You learn and you observe and you get where you can go and you go through and thing and you know, say, yeah, this is what must happen now. So when I was at what is in thing, lower school or Cornwall and thing.
Yes.
You see the music festival with the team that was there, man, and going through.
I mean, never know. I mean, I even didn't know say team did it.
Yeah, man, we did a music festival.
Yeah. I mean, no say
national award too.
Yeah, I mean, no say Cornwall, you know, you did turn head boy and so on. So how you did balance the head boy with the music? I'm not sure if you still did do speech and all them things.
Very enough.
So how you manage it?
But to be honest, we never balance it very well.
Okay.
I never.
But you catch you?
I did.
So it couldn't so bad.
It never so bad, but I've never considered myself a bright person academically. When I tell people say me no love school, them shock. But you know, I read widely, I get my knowledge, I love documentaries and that sort of thing. But me love learn in my time the way me want to learn or me want to learn. And education never really work out in that sort of way for me. But yeah, me turn it boy at Cornwall, me do debate, me do Spanish chemistry, say me did I go turn doctor.
So what make you did I go turn doctor?
Yeah, me did one of them. They were supposed to turn doctor, lawyer, one of them something. Joseph, as me say, my journey, me looking back, me shouldn't go university the day me go to university. But it's just a cycle, you know. You go high school, good Cornwall College, you're ahead, but you're supposed to go university after.
And you're supposed to go turn doctor.
Or one of them something there, you know. It was actually some trauma that helped me find my own voice and reminded me who I was, you know.
Yes.
You know, had a semester I feel every striking thing. Some real trauma, family trauma happened in the middle of exams and I just went blank. And everybody's surprised what happened to them grade a walk along, you know. And it's trauma that actually started from sixth form, which helps to explain my own challenges there too.
Yes.
That's when I realized the introspection. It was a semester before summer, you know, summer done earlier at UA. I was in second year, I believe. And me just go on a journey and me realize me love the arts. This is where I'm home. It has always been my refuge. It's where I go to avoid foolishness.
Yes.
And coming back to you with that semester, I took on a minor in cultural studies. That was the only thing really available at the time.
Yes.
When I was at U with them time there, if you want to explore them something there, they never have the other programs developed. And me get straight A, love them courses easy. They just came so natural to me. With the minor in cultural studies and me end up declare one major and sitting in life sciences. I remember right now. But that has been my heartbeat. That has been how my journey unfolded in my own academic pursuits and them sort of something.
Yeah, but even while you are, because you're bata in a pure and applied sciences, I realize Pan Hall, you probably get one little space where you could have flourished, because you're on Preston and you join the Preston Entertainment and Cultural Ensemble.
Yeah.
Which again allow you to explore the arts. You're in
Absolutely.
a choir, you do the elocution thing and so on, until you turn president for peace and you turn over the people in organization. Tell me the kind of things them you do in a year as peace president.
Peace president was I had 3 roles on Preston Hall, big up Preston, very important part of my journey. My favorite role in leadership on Preston was the chorale coordinator. After that is peace president, and then hall chair, comedy ton hall chair too. But as peace president, it was the first time we really restructured the committee. Me pull apart how them did that examine and structure work and leadership and vice presidents. I was the first guy to say let's have 2 vice presidents who deal with certain things. We introduced a peace point system to see how things can work, just to incentivize the clusters to come out for flag raising and all sort of something. We expanded the Creole Day idea. We had it a bit bigger that year and run through some stuff. It was a really fun and interesting time working with peace. We had a very vibrant thing, you know. And of course, Preston used to win Rex Fest, the Rex Choir Festival.
Choir Fest, yes.
And nobody couldn't beat it. Along with that, must be 3 or 4 years we win it in a row. Working with the team there. Some of the guys that I worked with from Cornwall came up. I would have worked with them and them would have learned and loved choir too and come in and the thing. And I continued with the Cornwall College guys while at UWI too for a bit. Enter all together, sing with them, they must come second.
Yes, so I remember one year when we do really well. And when you hear the choir on TV, you wonder if them should have really in other competitions, them should have done some kind of world competition because of the sound, them sound mature, them sound professional. And me not think whole heap of people realize say a student and recent past student train them.
Yeah, man.
And I think that's something what Cornwall known for. Other way a teacher was support and so on. Whole heap of the things what Cornwall College students do, and them come together, train themselves, and do it. Yeah, so man. So I see you change up the people in organization, full 180. Give them new system, give them new structure and so on. And we take whole heap of the structure that we put in. Still, them still follow them things there.
And then we continue to evolve and grow and change as they need to. And
yes, so big up for that. So now, you go from UWI, you move straight from UWI going to JCDC?
Yes,
you're so lucky.
Yeah. When me hear people talk about the phase, my depression phase after, and I use depression lightly, please. I don't mean to trivialize a serious mental health issue. But there's a phase after you finish your first degree when you wait on the work and it not come. And every day just get longer and longer and longer. But I've always had an excellent network around me and friends and colleagues that I would have built sharing and building music and all sort of something. And one of them was Noel Dexter.
Okay, yes.
Man, and the music specialist post became available here. May I apply?
That a JCDC.
JCDC. I came here as a music specialist. And his support bolstered me pretty much right through the door. And once me go in any interview, nobody can out-interview me.
So hold on. How Mr. Dexter come to know you? Because you're never in a singers.
Mr. D, no, I didn't join the singers. Mr. D and I met first at festival.
Oh.
Yes.
So JCDC again.
Yes, he was a judge, and the sound of Cornwall College shocked him, and he talked to me about it. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, Mr. D, wonderful.
Yes.
And and that is how we first came interacting. And then while at UA, I did have a choice. He did ask me to come in and do some work with the university chorale at a time.
Okay.
So I did go and teach them one quick arrangement and some stuff with that and interface and then go and build a nice vibes with him and talk and sort out certain things. And he would have been aware. It was hard to commit to anything though. No. with Sherlock, with dealing with the boys at Cornwall and dealing with Preston, because I took that pretty seriously. And then we start JYC in the middle of all of that.
Yeah, but Mr. Dexter standard high, I mean, I think you realize what that mean if Noel Dexter asks you figure do an arrangement with University Chorale.
Absolutely. It wasn't lost on me at all. It still isn't lost on me. Me still surprised.
Yeah, but him see the talent. Him see the talent.
Yeah, man. And curious about it, and we had many conversations, but only passing. And that man is just a gift to any musician or any young person, really, who has time to share space and memory with him. And yeah, so that is how me and him talk, and we go on and we built a relationship there and thing. Enough that me could have asked him to be a reference and support for certain things, and without question he did it, and he would have supported me with everything and thing. Yeah.
I mean, I know who would have seen Noel Dexter name for your application and not give the music director job.
Yeah, man. So I'd like to think he would play a critical role in that sort of me getting a foot in here. Of course, my training in cultural studies would have helped too, and that sort of thing, and my own musical training too, and the reputation and style would have developed.
And may I see how all of the different pieces them come together,
Yes.
So from the church and from festival, Cornwall College, peace, UE and the cultural studies, everything come together, build up to something. Until you win Governor General Award.
Oh yes, I did.
That's a which year? That's a which year?
About 2012 or something like so. I remember. I really don't remember.
And by that time, you did already form JYC.
Yeah? Yes.
The Jamaica Youth Chorale.
Yes, the Jamaica Youth Chorale.
How you come to form Jamaica Youth Chorale? You just feel bored one day and say, me farm one choir. Me not have enough work at JCDC.
JYC actually start just before me come at JCDC, JYC start 08, yeah.
08. Yes.
It's a whole heap of things come together for form JYC. The idea of a national youth choir isn't novel. They're everywhere, but it just wasn't here in Jamaica at the time. I had a lot of friends who love music and love to perform music, and we just never have no real outlet to do it in a for our own kind of way.
Yes.
At the time, I was in an organization called, them still exists, Jamaica Youth Advocacy Network. Most of them work focused more on like sexual and reproductive health and rights and them something there, and we did our work with them. And my voice was really in the arts development and arts advocacy, and use that platform collaborating with quite a few of my other friends and combo of them, if you say. With the same kind of ease of my mentality where you have a church, we say, come we form one group. You give your group one name if you go sing, I want to sing at church. We say, make we start one choir. There are things I do with choir, I love do with choir, I think we could benefit this space. And
yeah, but Bombshell's bad because you say, all right, anybody could have said, make we go farm a choir, but we go call the choir Jamaica Youth Chorale.
yes, enough. I think it's always been part of a vision I never knew I had for music and choral music, and that outlet I wanted a space that would have a particular pull and brand and effect and energy with it. And that was really the name that kind of came up. It's a Jamaica, it's a youth choir full of young people. So why the hell not call it so, you know?
And Jamaican young people too.
Yes.
And again, miss it a different part them are coming because me know say you pull in some people from Cornwall College, you pull in people from Glenmuir who probably did the Preston. And so all of your different link them.
And the thing too, some of those people who were buck up with Preston, we did buck up before a festival.
Yes, true.
Yes, true. And our debate competition, and we can sing. And my batch coming into university, particularly had a very rich year at festival with music. I thought Glenmuir was in top form, Clarendon College was in top form, Cornwall College, Mount Alvernia, Max. Well, you know, maybe come college at the time. Them thought it was just a rich tapestry of voices and things. I would come in and we say, make we do this thing, you know. JYC started from very humble beginnings, and me sit down and stitch this scarf, this sash them what we wear. We say we first Christmas, December, performance on DJ.
So you never tell me see you do sewing course too.
Me learn and me run the stitch them, me and my friend them, big up Jody. The baby soon, big producer and media personality, is a founder of JYC. Sharona has been there with us from day one. All of them we come through. Craig Nicholson, who was my vice president in peace, who sang bass with Glenmuir. I said, come in, and he was there. I don't know, things just work out in a nice way, and this group started, you know.
Yes. So, in a JYC, give you more space now. So you know they are sing song. But you do arrangement now. And me go a couple JYC concert and me realize say most of your arrangement them have a revival vibe. Yeah. And so me want to know if that are your style. What you try do with the revival, because what you do whole heap of time, you take like a traditional song, could be a traditional English song, a traditional Christmas carol, and you make it in a revival. So tell me a little bit about your style.
Me don't know my style, you know. Me just love revival music, me love coming out, and me just express myself with them. You know, and I love writing too, which is something that this our musical process would have unearthed for me. So I remember we do an arrangement, everybody know the chorus, Rank Train, don't board the rank train, don't board the rank train. So me take that and I put some verse to it, about one love story mix up thing, you know. Don't board the rank train. The man fell in love with a woman who left him with 12 pitney basically.
What?
So
no, so with 12 feet.
I'm the goat.
Geez.
Yeah. So I think I'm still finding my voice as an arranger. Really, I don't consider it one of my real strengths. But I like to arrange music, but it takes time for me to really sit down and go through that process to do something I'm really comfortable with. And I really find that time with all of the other things them I go along in my life, come lecture, Edna and thing and all sort of something I go along. So it's something I know I'm gonna get my feet wet with later on. But I'm still finding that voice as an arranger and thing, but when it comes to conducting and building choral technique and finding that sound, you know, and then something that love that. I love that. It's something everybody would have commented if you would have heard Cornwall College, if you would have heard Preston when I had Preston, JYC. It's a whole process I'm finding now that I've done it enough times to sort of reflect on my own strategy and process to find that there's a method I'm building there that goes all the way back to how I recruit the voices, what kind of voices me recruit, our philosophy as a group, because as critical, people that like each other sing better together. And it does impact the quality and the energy that they give to an audience. And all them something that we work through. That has become now the JYC experience when you come seeing the show.
But if they don't like each other, then they don't can counter sing.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really have to like each other and thing, you know, but there is something about energy. What not gonna lie. And when an ensemble is in sync, and another space for choir, it go for actors and anybody. When them in sync and have that sort of real respect for each other, it transfers to the audience and the person who's engaging with it. Some people call it chemistry. You know when there's the on-screen or whatever kind of chemistry you have a galang a look on it feel different.
Yes.
Now when people perform, you know. So it's something that's a core part of the philosophy, and it's something that we try and work through. And it's not like so we don't have issues and challenges, but we don't ignore them, you know, we have to deal with them. So that is the whole JYC philosophy, and has been growing with us and trying to sort it out, and also the kind of music we perform.
Which so, basically everything.
Yeah, we perform everything, but there's a special place we have for Jamaican repertoire.
Yes, can see that in our no concert.
Yes, very special place. And it come especially as a group who has been privileged to travel and tour and to South Africa and England and make enough connections around the world, especially on social media, where every day somebody reach out to me, oh wow, what is this? How is Jamaica? What's the choral experience there like? Them sort of something that you realize your role in this space is to lend it your voice, your unique Jamaican voice. And that comes from the music, it comes from the language what we sing in, all them sort of something. Very important. And there are a whole heap of composers who are doing groundbreaking work in that. Composers have always been doing work in that. Olive Lewin, Noel Dexter, Andrew Marshall, all of them, you know. There's a body of work sung in Jamaican with Jamaican stylized rhythm and music and on genres that we really have to build upon and try. And JYC is all about that, you know, and we do encourage and nurture those in the group with musical talent to arrange and explore and find their own voice in how they can express themselves, you know, and people like Cedron, Walters, Onion Dawkins, Carl, Hines, Hanif, Lawrence, all of them. And we work with people like Kathy Brown. Very important part of our own brand is these persons who build our repertoire.
Oh, so I didn't mean to ask you this for a long time. I'm not sure I've never asked you before, because a whole heap of names you just mentioned, and most of them are man. What happened to the female arranger and composer them?
Me don't know. And we never set out for ask for man to compose, but it just happened that the talent that's been there that's interested in exploring this in our group has been mostly male. There was one female member with tremendous musical talent who started to do an arrangement for us. Joel noticed. She gone a foreign Ghana school now though. But COVID mashed up the debut of her performance of her work. Yeah. So there's something we can explore and see how it is going. Because even outside of the choir, most of the persons we talk to and connections, man. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
But there are talented music women out there who arrange music. I'm sure, it's something that it cannot be gendered.
Yes,
But
yes.
it does buck up, say. And that's our experience so far.
And I know, is Danielle Shinem as a singer?
Yeah, man.
Every time me hear Danielle sing,
yes,
it's like, yes, goose
yeah,
pimples.
Yeah, man, and she's pursuing music, seeing a serious way now. She had a master's in a vocal performance suffering. So I'm really excited for all of them.
And me know Mr. C.S. Walters, good arranger. Him have an arrangement, Star of Bethlehem, what me like.
Yes, that's an amazing arrangement.
Me not tell you some me teeth and record it at the concert, and you know how much time me play it over.
It's not thief. It's something we do. We not got up. We encourage it at our shows, to be honest.
Yeah, me know say some people now want nobody record them thing.
But if not make a post, us tag we night because we want to share the music in a different kind of way,
Yes. Now, me think me mentioned this to you the other day. Say me noticed something with you and JYC in a performance. And me think you do the same sort of thing in a language and in a music. Now, we get thanks to the people who go before you, for all of the work where them do the foundation. But me feel like say I do something different from them. I mean, I go link the language and the music. Just give me a little while. Me think say a whole heap of the people who come before you, the big people, the greats, them really, them a try big up the local culture and them a try bring it up and show say it have pedigree, it have status. Yeah? But first two words in a silent night. Even if you never have the music, you know something about the sound tell you say a revival.
Yes.
And me want teach me and teach the audience now. What give you that sound there where people can say that a revival, and they know say that a revival, and a mentor, and a dancehall.
Well, it starts with my study at the space, Joseph. Me go up a what town and me observe the people them and me interact with them and me have revival friend. Silent Night is a project that started. So let me tell you where the inspiration for Silent Night come from. Because what we're doing at JYC happen in the space, naturally, the revival space. Them take the hymn them.
Yes.
And them long meter and them do them thing with them and all sort of something. Anybody go night, we know there is a green hill far away, right? But what people don't really get is the kind of embellishments to give it the right sound and texture and authenticity.
Yes.
Silent Night, me actually talk to one of my friends, them big up Sabrina Thomas anyway she there in the world. And I say, Sabrina, I not celebrate Christmas over there, so? You say, yeah. So I say, wanna sing? Why you send me back some of the song them why you sing? And she sent me back Once in Royal David City, Josephine, or sound not like the hymn, but the way it sweet me heart.
Yes, yes, yes.
And Mr. Oh, Silent Night with that sound, and then she sing couple bars at the Silent Night, and I say, wow, wow. The sound, so choral sound is, and singing in general is on the vowel, right? That's where we express feeling. That's where you can't express yourself on consonant sounds. That's how it would have sound, right?
Oh, okay.
Yes. So you express yourself and you sing on ooh, ah, eh, ee. And them sound that you get this sort of thing from. And then when me look upon it and me examine how this vowel is shaped, it sounds very different from how Europeans would have give it a more rounded thing. You know, revival is a bit wider.
Wider,
And
yes.
and how them fall off and embellish the sound is very different. Hey, and them and run them scales a different way, and them express feeling, and it's not only them. Everything have purpose and a meaning and an energy to it.
To it,
In terms
energy,
of,
yes.
yes, how them feel in a moment. You will know if they're tired. You will know if the spirit attack to them. You will know if you can't explain a certain energy in the space. And going to What Town was an experience for me. Me go there 2 times already. Come back 1 time with ticks though. So I mean not it.
Oh.
But that whole experience for me, and we were doing a tribute to Capo, and I watched the team there, the revival team, just express themselves melodically. Sometimes without word, you know, Joseph. Just
yes.
the voice sound of
just the voice. Yeah.
And how them respond to that, how them counterpoint to that, how them the harmonic structures them choose around it, how them add the percussive element of thing. And them all them sound they just come through.
Like anybody who ever hear drilling.
Yes.
And the sound and how everything come together would understand.
The most beautiful soprano, one of the most beautiful soprano I've heard in my life was in What Town?
Oh,
yeah, go up. There's something. The hillside says, me just the woman see me, and me just hear she go, wow, me don't know, me can't find the pitch. And she said she called the angels. I said, oh my gosh, this woman can really sing. If she only knew the instrument she had.
Yes.
Meaning that Joseph, she threw her voice across the mountains in this beautiful high-pitched something, you know? And Silent Night is a culmination of that. I would have explored other works in revival too. When we just take one theme, dia, dia. That's all them do in this song, and we just express ourselves in it, use it as transitions with the music and them something there.
Yes.
And Jamaican young people need to know that is part of them, who they are, and understand the context of the music. So we spend a lot of time in JYC to explore the feeling of the song. Crescendo must have a meaning. Why it have there, it happened there. It's not just to add color or something. It must have purpose. It must have meaning. There's a cause to the dynamic contouring in a piece, for example. It's communicating something. That's the purpose of art. If you communicate something. And when I select repertoire for a show or thing, it must mean something to me. So I can know say it will mean something to you when you hear it, you know?
Yes. So I know say every month when I hope JCD give one paycheck. But me know say the job what you do with them for you much more than the paycheck amount time. That you have a higher purpose, you have one bigger vision for Jamaican culture. I just want you to take a short while and tell me what your vision, what Gregory Sims' vision for Jamaican culture.
My vision for Jamaican culture is something what we all understand in the true sense of how do I put it in a way what me gonna try to get in my head now? Jamaican have a way to appreciate something when they go foreign and see it, or when they come back from foreign. You understand?
Yes.
We validate culture a lot from the perspective of foreign.
And
like
or you have to go out and coming back.
You have to go out and coming back. Foreign have to tell we say ego. You know, scare their Europe and about to take off, all them something there. Is that we don't understand the value of what we have naturally. And it's because we not teach people to understand and appreciate the meaning and the true value of who we are as a people, the meanings and how people can see themselves. People from across the world can see themselves in us, because I consider us a crossroads culture. Every part of the world buck up in a Jamaica and it kind of mix up and then all of the blood same way. You know, so that is my vision for the cultural landscape, in such a way that we teach it a particular way, we engage with it a particular way, that we understand its true authentic meaning, we know its relevance, we know its history, we know it where it come from. We know, so when we see them a dance dinky mini and them a come together with the pelvic region, is not a sexual act, it's a sacred act. We say, although somebody dead, it is in this sacred region of the pelvis that we have the power to create life.
Yes.
And we now go dagger with one another, and in none of the farm them not dagger. When them reach the point, we take the break from the drum rhythm, then do all sort of antics. Them not them need them lift up them leg in a tumble, them shake them shoulder and them turn round and all sort of something. Because that is the African cosmology that we come from, that we must celebrate with sacredness, and that we grind here as part of that, to proud that we bottom and in some way. And if we look at life and understand life from that perspective, we wouldn't be so hung up and be so Victorian and British in what we do. And that is part of who we are, though, you know. So we can't take what we used to learn at church and sing them how we feel like. But the fact of the matter is, I want us to get to that organic place in understanding who we are as a people and really appreciate it, just on face value. I'm proud of it. Even when people not when foreigners tell we all sort of something. That will be so impressive for us. My other vision is more on the infrastructure side, the development side, and that sort of stuff, you know. We want to see world-class theater and performance venues, and we're working on that at nice government job, them sort of something.
Good. Yes, I read somewhere where them say you are athlete and swimmer, you win big award. What make you put on the swimming? What make you put on the swimming?
I am an award-winning swimmer, and I'm sticking to it. It might have been while at Mount Alvernia Prep. I won a bronze medal, but I don't care. That is going to stay with me. It's going to be on my tombstone. Here rests Greg Sims, an award-winning swimmer. Nothing else me know out there.
Yeah, but what make it rest? What make you put it on?
It's a great icebreaker. It's fun. You know, people look at me, the first thing they see is my size. So I want to just get rid of that, you know? This guy knows how to make fun of himself. And humor is an important part of our life experience as Jamaicans. Nobody don't know if they laugh off of themselves like away.
Yep.
That's been part of the JY6. Enough time we have flap on them something and costume make wrong. We go out airport for travel and the visa deny if we turn back. Only for them something there. Yeah. We just laugh off of ourselves and move on and stick to the mission and get it done, you know?
Yes. So, Gregory, thanks for this. And we enjoyed the little time we spent together. We share with we. So see everybody, Gregory tell we say Jamaica a crossroad culture, and tell we say we must big up the African part of the culture. Him talk to we about the role where revival playing at the song them why him arrange, and him tell we the big vision him got for Jamaican culture. If you are listening to the program on the Braadkyaas Jamiekan YouTube channel,
make sure you subscribe to the channel, yeah? And if you like the program, just click on the thumbs up button under the video and click the little bell on the side so you know anytime we post a new show. My name is Joseph Farquharson and you just don't listen to Talk to Me.